Call the meeting to order. I want to welcome everybody to our small TPC meeting. We have a lot to cover. Everybody's reviewed the minutes and is ready to approve them. I'll entertain a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. At this point in time, be a public comment period. Anybody that would like to speak at this time, please come forth. This will be the only time.
Where would you like this?
Up center.
My name is Bert Stalker, and I'm the Vice Chair of the Fishville Area Neighborhood Association. And I want to point out specific to Amendment 10 of the Horizon 2035. It says the current project on Taylorsville Road, widening it, it says the current description is 2 to 4 lanes from I-265 to Kentucky 148. And they want to change it to widen Kentucky 155 to 3 lanes from I-265 to 148. That's not going to work. 3 lanes will not do anything or much to relieve the traffic. It should be at least 2 lanes in each direction and possibly a 5th lane for turning. And it should extend to actually relieve the traffic ideally to the Spencer County line, but at the minimum to Route Road. And instead of being open to the public by 2025, I think it ought to be accelerated to an earlier date. That's all I want to say.
Thank you. Any other comments at this time? Ashley.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. We had a busy September. We started off at World Fest from September 1st through September 3rd. The following weekend, we were at the Middletown Festival, even though we got rained out a little bit early. We also were at the Kentucky Association for Government Communicators Awards Luncheon on September 7th. On September 11th, there was a FHWA webcast for online virtual public involvement. On September 12th, there was a second day of the webinar. On September 13th, the Bullitt County Chamber had their annual First Responder Luncheon honoring all of the first responders in Bullitt County. On September 17th, the Regional Mobility Council had their annual Transportation Summit at the Fraser Museum. On September 18th, Age Friendly Louisville had a strategic plan launch party, and in their strategic plan, part of their action plan talks about mobility for all ages and transportation initiatives. And on September 25th, we were at the Indiana MPO conference in Evansville. And yesterday, September 26th, the 1SI Business Expo. So we have had a busy month. Any questions? Thank you.
Nick, modification.
Thank you.
All right. Today I'm presenting to you all Amendment 9 of the Horizon 2035 Metropolitan Transportation Plan. That's our long-range plan that looks out 20 years. And Amendment 2 of the fiscal year 18 to 2021 Transportation Improvement Program, which is a 4-year program. A little bit of background about this item. This item was initially presented to TTCC last August. After the meeting, we touched base with Thomas Witt and folks from Federal Highways Kentucky, and it was determined that we needed to kind of hit the reset button on that amendment process and include the performance management plan targets as well as a narrative, because there's a new requirement that the federal government has for this performance management, performance-based planning. And so we went back out to the public, including that language, which describes the targets that you all approved for safety back in February. Thank you, Amanda. And to make that available to the public for comments. So we went back out and did do another 15-day comment period, had another open house for the public to come in, talk about this amendment as well as the performance-based planning documents. And so We brought this back to TTCC earlier this month, and we'll bring it to you all today for approval. Because there's a lot going on in this packet related to this item, I just want to kind of orient you to everything that was sent out to you prior to this meeting. You've got the memo explaining the action for today. There are, agenda item 5A is all of the performance management plan and programming documentation that is going to be amended into both the TIP and the MTP. So there's 4 or 5 pages of narrative, targets that we've set, and in addition to that, there should be tables for all of the changes that we are making to the MTP and to the TIP. So you'll see 2 different tables, as well as documentation of our interagency consultation call that we have with Federal Highways, Federal Transit, and EPA. This is something we have to do when our region is in non-attainment of either ozone or PM 2.5, 2 different polluting factors. So we did have that call, and all of these projects were cleared to move forward. At this point, I'll stop and see if there's any questions about kind of the process and how we came to presenting this today as opposed to last month. Okay. So in terms of the project changes, the actual things that are shifting in the 2 plans, there's essentially, I want to say, 12 to 15 probably changes in total. A lot of the projects that are being changed have changes in both the MTP and the TIP. So we've kind of drawn lines here to kind of indicate where we're making a change to one project in both documents. When it comes to the Metropolitan Transportation Plan and the long-range plan, the majority of the changes that we're making, as you can see, are to address pavement conditions on I-71 and 264. In addition, there is a project to widen US 60 to include a center turn lane from Eastwood Cutoff to Rockcrest Way, and one NDOT project that is for on-call pavement design services. So that in a nutshell is what you should see in the MTP changes table. And then some examples of changes that are going through in the TIP side. Again, this first project addressing pavement condition, this is being changed in both the TIP and the MTP. We've got one roadway widening project that I mentioned, US 60 from Eastwood Cutoff to Rockcrest. We also have the updated descriptions for painting that's going to be occurring on the Sherman Bridge, a fairly high dollar amount, as well as the I-64 expressway bridges. 2 new intersection projects, or intersection reconstruction projects, one at KY22 and Goose Creek, as well as the second one at Taylorsville and South Poke Lick. The majority of these projects are KYTC projects, and they stem or originate from the new 6-year highway plan that was passed by the legislature and signed by the governor earlier this year. So this is the first of 2 amendments that we'll be bringing to you, one today and another one that our gentleman commented on earlier in the meeting. So we'll bring that to you all next month. That will be Amendment 10 and Amendment 3. Any questions about the project's changes that are included in this amendment? Okay.
I know that on the South Poke Lick intersection, I know the council person from Metro was questioning whether we should go wider on the bridge for plans in case Tails Road need to go wider. Was that ever considered?
Yes.
And
It's in design. I know that it's being considered for the future widening of that section of road, but I don't think it's being eliminated for sure.
Any other questions or comments about projects included in these amendments? All right. In terms of timing, where we are in this amendment schedule, all the dates that I highlighted in red are ones that have changed since we had to kind of hit the reset button and go back out to the public. So we did that back from August 20th to September 4th. It's a 15-day comment period. In the middle of that, we had our open house. And TPC had an opportunity to comment from September 10th to 25th. We did not receive any, so I've not brought any for you all to report, or to report back to you all on. TTCC did recommend TPC approval of both amendments 2 weeks ago. And so today I'm here asking for 2 actions. The first is to approve Amendment 9 to the Horizon 2035 Metropolitan Transportation Plan, including both the project changes and the performance-based planning and programming documentation. I'll take that one first. We have to do the M2P for the TIP.
Second.
Discussion? Yeah.
I just have a question in regards to performance tables. There is still information to be determined as the baseline. How are we going to address that? When do we have opportunity to go back and finalize the performance measure table?
Amanda, do you think you could
Sure,
help me out?
I can speak to that. A lot of those are ongoing, and actually next month in October is going to be a very big month at both of our committees for performance management. We are going to be bringing targets to you guys for adoption on some more of our federal performance measures on bridge and pavement conditions, and we are adding a few more of our NPO developed performance measures. We have calculated some more of those. We're going to be bringing those to you guys as well next month. After next month, there might be a few more that we're still missing, and so we're just trying to get that data calculated as soon as possible. So it's just kind of a slow rollout. But next month, we should have the majority of them.
So basically, we will look at that again and vote again?
Is there a specific measure, or are you?
Just those that are to be determined as a baseline.
I think the question is, when are we going to, we're going to have a discussion, but are we going to have those, are we going to be able to discuss those that are being set, or do we have to come back to this process to amend it since they're TBD?
No, we'll be able to adopt those targets, and there will be a motion to adopt those and incorporate those into these documents.
Gotcha.
It'll kind of be all in one next month.
As an ongoing process.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any other question? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. And the second requested action is to approve Amendment 2 to the fiscal year 2018 to 2021 TIP, including the project changes as well as the performance-based planning and programming documentation.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? In that is the painting of the 64 bridge? Is that right?
64 expressway bridges, Riverside Expressway bridges, as well as the Sherman Lane.
Are we doing a study on the 64 bridge of what repairs it needs to be done before
yes.
it's painted? I mean, before
It
it's
is a
painted.
project. It is a $90 million project.
I was talking about, you're
That
talking about
includes
Sherman.
painting Sherman Minton itself, yes.
Yeah, okay.
We have the Riverside project separate to Sherman.
Sherman.
NDOT's got the Sherman Bridge, and we're paying half of it.
Painting half the bridge?
We're paying for
Half
half.
of it. Oh, I was gonna say.
We're
This is where the line is, right here. Any other questions?
That's where the MPO comes in, cooperative.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Nick. Amanda?
Yes. All right. Today I'm here to talk about two of our administrative modifications to our fiscal year 18 to 21 TIP. These are project changes that we're modifying in our TIP that are considered minor, so we do not need an action on these today. The first administrative modification was number 20. That one was processed on September 19th. It consisted of two projects that KYTC submitted to us kind of urgently. They wanted to obligate these funds by last Friday. One of these was actually, even though KYTC was requesting it, it was a J-Town project, the Waterston Trail Bicycle and Pedestrian Corridor. They wanted to go ahead and obligate that, so we went ahead and did that for them. And then an I-65 new interchange. They were just modifying some of the amount. They were adding $2 million to it, the new Bullitt County interchange. So we went ahead and processed that urgently as well. The next one, Administrative Modification 21, consisted of 4 projects. 2 were Louisville Metros, a various sidewalks project, and the Stony Brook Drive Sidewalk Connector. We programmed some more dollars there, and NDOT had 2 projects, US 31 bridge deck overlay and bridge maintenance and repair work in various locations throughout the Seymour District, so we went ahead and added those to our TIP as well. Are there any questions about any of those projects? All right, thanks guys.
Any other business before the TPC? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn?
So,
Unless y'all want to stay here. Second?
going.
Okay. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks.
Signature.